This is the Roulette Master, and I'm so excited today to share with you an unbelievable new roulette system. This was sent in by one of my subscribers, Chad. This is called Chad's Moneytown Roulette System, and we're going to put it in a head-to-head matchup with a fantastic roulette system today and see which one makes the most money in 15 minutes. This is going to be Kentucky White's 9 Streets in a head-to-head matchup. We'll go with that first, and then we'll get to the new Chad's Moneytown Roulette System. And let's start with 3 streets at $5 each. And here we go, 1, 2, and 3. And we have a 0 balance. Let's go ahead and spin. This is Kentucky White's 9 Streets. And here we go. That's a 2 black. And what a great start. $45 win. Let's go ahead and try the other side now. And spin. And we can move these around wherever we want as long as they don't stay in the same place. That's a 10 black, and we lost that one. So we're going to go ahead and add 3 more now. And let's go ahead and add them right here and spin. And when you get wins with 6 streets, you make a lot of profit. Let's see if we can get one right here. That's a 12 red. And we got it. $30 win, up $60. And I'll share with you the rest of the rules as we go through. But let's start with 3 streets again. But let's keep moving them around. And here we go. That's a 13 black, and we lost that one. So we're going to go ahead now and add 3 more streets, 1, 2, and 3. And again, if you get it with 6 streets, you only need 1 win to recover, and it adds a lot of profit. That's a 5 red. And we lost that one. And once we get to 9 streets, we're going to go ahead and we're going to double the bet. And then we're going to need 2 wins once we get to 9. When we're at 3 and 6, you only need 1 win to recover. And that's a 28 black. That is 1 win. We need 2. We're up 45, and let's see what we get here. All right, here we go. That's an 18 red. There's our second win. We restart. We're up $75. So let's pick 3 new streets, and here we go. Let's go like this and spin. We're going to keep moving them around, and sometimes you'll get lucky and win with just 3. And look at that. That's a 3 red. $45 win. We're already up $120. Okay, let's go ahead and start with these 3 and spin. And we're going to keep moving them around with Kentucky White's 9 Streets. That's a 22 black. Okay, we lost that one. We're going to add 3 more in. And it's really nice when you can get the win at 6 instead of 9 because you do make more profit. And you only need 1 win to reset. That's a 6 black. Fantastic. $30 win. We're up $135. Let's pick 3 different ones here and spin. And we'll see if we can get a repeater on that 6, 7, 8 here. Oh, that's a 0. We would have lost anyway on that one, so we're going to add 3 more. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and you can always add the 0,002 in if you feel like the 0 is going to hit. That's a 7 red. And it did repeat. Look at that. So we're up $150. Let's go ahead and we'll add him in right here and here and here. All right, back to 3 streets and let's spin. That's a 31 black. We lost that one, so let's go ahead and we're going to add 3 more and spin. And if we get the win here, we'll add a lot more profit and reset. That's a 21 red. Fantastic. So we're up $165. And let's go ahead and pick these 3 right here. All right, let's see what we get. Doing really well so far. And that's a 22 black. Fantastic. That's awesome. And we're up $210 now. And then let's use those 3 right there in the center and see what we get. That's a 2 black. That's definitely a loss. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll add 3 more in. And again, if you get to win with 6 streets, you just reset and add a bunch of profit. That's an 18 red. Okay, a $30 win, up $225. Okay, let's go ahead and spin again here and see what we get. Here we go. That's a 33 black. That's a loss. So we'll add 3 more in and spin. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, and 3. And spent. $30 total bet now. And 6 streets out there. That's a 1 red, and we lost that one. Okay, so we'll add 3 and get back to 9 here. 1, 2, and 3. And then we double the bet and spin. Now we need 2 wins instead of 1 because we're at 9 streets. That's a 17 black. There's one of those wins. We're up 210. We'll rebet and spin and see if we can get our second win right here. And now all of a sudden we have 27 numbers covered, so we have a really good chance of hitting. And we did hit, and we're up 240. And let's go ahead and start with those 3 right there and reset. All right, here we go. That's a 19 red. Fantastic. All right. And now we're up $285. And let's spin. We'll put them on the far right side on the end here. See if we can get a high number. And we went low. So we're going to go ahead now and just add 3 more in. We're going to stay with high, though, and see if we can get a win over here with 6 streets with a high number. Okay, that's a 25 red. I like to see that. And when you win with 6, you just immediately recover. We're up $300. Okay, let's put them in the middle and spin. See if we can hit right in the middle. That's a 24 black. And we missed it. So we're going to go ahead and add 1, 2, and 3 and spin. We'll put 1 over on the side here just in case. And let's see if we can get the win. That's an 11 black. And when you win with 6, you immediately reset. We're up $315. So let's go 1, 2, and 3 and spin. We'll see if we can get a repeater on that 10, 11, 12. That's a 9 red. And we did not. That was close. So let's go ahead and add 3 more and spin. And let's see what we get here. Okay, that's a 00. We would have lost that regardless. So we're going to go ahead and go back to 9 streets. We're going to go 1, 2, and 3. Now we have 9. Oh, we need to double the bet, though. I missed that there, guys. So if we get a win here, we'll need, let's see, that's a 16 red. Well, we need 2 wins, but we should have doubled the bet. So we need to be at 90. But we got 1 win already. Let's see what we get here. Okay, that's a 26 black. Okay, we'll just act like we won 30 on that last one. It only set us back $15, and we'll pick 3 new streets. So here we go, and let's spin. But if you make a mistake, don't dwell on it. Just get right back on board, and that's a 28 black. We lost that one. So let's go ahead and add 3 more in, 1, 2, and 3, and spin. This is Kentucky White's 9 streets. We're moving them around. Let's see if we can get a win here. That's a 5 red. We lost. So now we're going to add 3 more in and then double. Make sure you double on that 9th street. We didn't do it the last time, and it cost us about $15, but that's okay. We're doing really well, and that's a $30 win. We're up $300 again, and let's spin and see if we can get our second win here and reset. All right, here we go. That's a 21 red. That's our second win. We're up $330. And let's see, where should we go? Okay, let's go ahead and spin, and let's see what we get here. Okay, that's a 7 red. We missed it, so let's add 3 more in. Whoops, not like that. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. And again, if you win with 6, you just immediately reset. Here we go. That's a 13 black. All right, we got it. $30 win, up $345. All right, let's spin again here and see what we get. Okay, that's a 28 black. Awesome, that is fantastic. And we're up $390. And let's pick those 3 right there. All right, here we go. That's a 21 red. We missed it, so let's go ahead and add 3 more in. And spin. And again, we immediately reset if we get the win here with 6 streets. and that's a 6 black. We missed it, so we're going back to 9 streets. 1, 2, and 3, and then double and spin. And with Kentucky White systems, the more you lose, the better chance you have of winning the next spin. And that's a 7 red. There's one win. We're up 375. Let's get win number 2 right here, and then we can reset. You only need 2 wins with 9 streets. With 3 and 6, you immediately reset. There's our second win. We're at $405. So just doing absolutely incredible with this one. And let's see what we get here. All right, here we go. That's an 18 red. We missed it, so we will add 3 more in. 1, 2, and 3, and spin. And here we go again. That's a 5 red, and I believe that's another loss. So we're going to add 3 more in and get us to 9. 1, 2, and 3, and then double and spin. And again, the more you lose, the better chance you have of winning the next spin. And that's a 28 black. There's win number 1. Back up 390. We need win number 2. And then we can reset again. Here we go. Okay, that's a 14 red. Second win is in, and we're up $420. And let's go ahead and add 3 more and spin. And let's see if we can get lucky on the first spin. And we hit the double 0. So let's go ahead and add 3 more in. And then spin, and we'll see what we get here on this one. Okay, that's a 13 black. And we missed it, so we're going to add 3 more in. 1, 2, and 3, and then double and spin. Again, much better chance to win now that we have 9 streets covered. That's a 27 red. There's 1 win. We're at 405. We need 2 wins right here, and then we can reset again with Kentucky White's 9 streets. Doing incredible with this one, and that's a 9 red. Ooh, we missed that one though, guys, so we need to double up again. We're going to go from 90 to 180 and spin. And here we go. That's a 30 red. Okay, there's a $60 win. We're up $375. Let's go for a second win right here. Here we go. That's a 19 red. There's our second win. We're at $435. Again, much better chance of winning once we get to the 9 streets. But we do need 2 wins instead of 1. And that's a 23 red. That's a loss. Okay, we'll add 3 more in. 1, 2. Not there, though. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. And spin. And let's see if we can get a win with 6 streets. That's not a win. That's a 1 red. So we have to add 3 more. Okay, whoops. Now we just have to go back to 9 again. And it really doesn't even matter if you change them up at any time, as long as you're sticking with whether you're supposed to be at 3, 6, or 9. And the odds are the same. Here we go. That's a 28 black. Okay, we got 1 win. We're at 420. Let's get win number 2 right here. Here we go. That's a 12 red. There's our second win. We're at $450. And let's start with 3 in the middle right here. And see if we can get a win there. Okay, that's a 36 red. That's a loss. So we'll add 3 more in. All right, here we go. 1, 2, and 3. And spin. If we lose this, we'll go to 9 streets. If we win this, we'll reset. That's a 14 red. That's great. So we're at $465. Let's pick 3 and spin. All right. That's a 4 black. We missed it. So let's add 3 more in. 1, 2, and 3. See if we can get it with 6 streets and then immediately reset. Ooh, a 0 doesn't help us much. So we're going to go to 9 now, and we'll need 2 wins. And we double when we get to 9, and then we double if we lose with 9. Let's see what we get here. This is a $2,000 bankroll system. There's one win. We haven't needed it today. We're at $450, but it is necessary. And if you want to play less than that, just divide everything by 5, and then you can have a $400 bankroll with dollar units. There's our second win, and the 15 minutes is up. So after 15 minutes, we made $480 profit with Kentucky White's 9 Streets. Now it's time for that new roulette system of the day. I can't wait to share that with you. So let's jump right in and get started. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for Chad's Moneytown roulette system. Let's place the bets, and here we go. So the second 12 hit last, so we're going to be on first 12, and we're going to put $5 on first and $5 on third, and then we're going to put a $2 bet on a single number in the first and third. So let's go ahead and do that first, and then we're going to have 2 double streets, and they're going to be at $15 each. So let me go ahead and switch back to $5 units. And it'll look just like this. Make sure the double streets don't interact with the $2 bets on the single numbers. And that's a $44 bet. Let's go ahead and spend. Here we go. All right. I can't wait to see how much money we make with this one. And that is a 1 red. That's a nice $61 win. Awesome. So now we're going to be on second and third. So 5 each on the second and third, and then 15 on 2 double streets, and then $2 on single numbers that don't include those double streets. Okay, let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. And here, let's see what we get on this one. That is an 11 black. Okay, we lost that one. So when we lose with this system, we do not increase the bet yet. We just rebet and spin. Here we go. That's a 16 red. And that's a nice $61 win. We're already up 78 bucks. So we go ahead and reset. We're going to be on first and third now because second 12 just hit. So let's go ahead and pick our 2 numbers again. They have $2 each. And here we go. And then we're going to have $5 on the first and third, and then $15 on 2 double streets that don't include the $2 bets. Okay, let's go ahead and spin again. Here we go. All right. That's a 25 red. And that's a $29 loss. We just rebet and spin. And if we have losses, we're going to count those losses. That's a 6 black. That's a $61 win, though. We're up 110 bucks. And that was first 12, so now we'll be on second 12 and third 12 for 5 each. 2 double streets at 15 each, and then 2 $2 bets that don't include the double streets. And those need to be fixed because I put $5 bets on there. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and spin, and here we go. This is Chad's Moneytown roulette system. That's a 33 black. That's a $29 loss. We just count the number of losses we have, and we don't increase the bets yet. We just spin again. That's a 24 black. That's 2 losses. So when we get 2 losses, we go ahead and double the bet. So we're going to go from 44 to 88. And spin. Here we go. And that's definitely a loss there, 5 red. But we count our losses again. We don't increase the bet. All right. If we get a loss here, we'll increase again. Okay, that's a 29 black. It's a $122 win. We're up 86. Now, he said if you're not in session profit, you just rebet and spin. So I guess we need to do that. So let's keep the bets the same and spin again here. That's a 28 black. That's a $122 win. Now we're up 208 bucks. So now we restart, and we'll be on first and second. We'll put our $2 bets in first here, and then 5 on first and second, and then 15 on 2 double streets that don't include those other 2 bets that have $2 each on them. And spin. And here we go. So you do need to keep track of your session profit on this, which is the highest profit since you started, and that's a 30 red. That's a total loss. Drops us to 164 profit, and if we lose again, we'll need to double the bet. All right, here we go. We lost again, so now we need to double the bet. Okay, let's go ahead and do that and spin. We have those other jackpot numbers out there with $2 each on them, which would be fun to hit as well. And that's a nice $122 win there, though. We're up 242. That's definitely new session profit. So we'll be on first and third now. We'll put 15 on 2 double streets and then 2 $2 bets that don't include those double streets, and spin. And here we go. That's a 30 red. That's a nice $61 win. Now we're up $303. So now we'll be on first and second. We'll put our $2 bets out there first, 5 on first and second, and then 15 on 2 double streets that don't include the $2 bets, and spin. Once you get to 44, you know you did it right. And that's a 1 red. Another $61 win. We're already up $364. We'll be on second and third now. And then, remember, our $2 bets. $44 total, and let's spin. Here we go. That's a 28 black. That's another $61 win. We're up $425, and we're going to be on first and second. Okay, let's go ahead and put our 5s out, and then 2 double streets at 15 each, and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 14 red. Look at that. We hit one of the $2 bets. That's a $43 win. We're at $468, and we'll be on first and third now. And then our $2 bets. Make sure those $2 bets do not overlap with the double street, and let's spin. That's a 16 red. And we lost that one, so we're just going to rebet and spin. We're still up $424. If we lose 2 in a row, we'll double the bet. Here we go. That's an 11 black. That's a $61 win. We're up $485, and we reset. We'll be on second and third. Okay, and 5 each, and then 2 double streets at 15. And $44 total bet. Let's spin again. Okay, that's a 30 red. That's a loss, so we will rebet and spin. We'll count our losses. Once we get to 2, we'll double the bet. Okay, that's a double 0 there. That's 2 losses. It drops us to $412 profit, so we're going to double the bet up to 88 and spin and see what we get here. Okay, that's a 9 red. I believe that's a loss. So we'll start counting our losses again. Once we get to 2, we'll double the bet. So that's 1 loss, and let's spin. That's a 4 black. Back-to-back losses. So now we double up. And now we're at 176 total bet. This is a $2,000 bankroll system. And we have plenty in the bankroll, but we keep hitting first 12. So that's not fantastic at all, but we don't double up yet unless we lose 2 in a row here. Let's see what we get. That's a 24 black. Okay, that's another loss. So now it's 2 in a row, so we double up. Now we're at 352. So remember we have a remember now that we have a let's see what we get here. That's a nice $488 win there. Now we're back up 432 and we reset. So that was very fortunate. Let's go ahead and place those bets. And here we go. 15, 15, and then 2 and 2. And let's spin. And here we go. All right, let's see what we get here. All right, so we lost that one, $44. We're just going to rebet and spin, and let's see what we get here. All right. That's a 10 black. That's another $61 win. We're at $449, and now we'll be on second and third. And let's go ahead and place those bets. And again, make sure the double streets don't overlap with the $2 bets. And let's go ahead and spin. So far, so good with this one by Chad, and that's a 2 black. Okay, we'll count our losses. If we get another loss here, we'll double the bet up. And this is Chad's Moneytown Roulette System. That's a 22 black. That's another loss, so we double up. Doesn't matter if it's full or partial, 2 losses in a row, and we double up. That's a 17 black. That's a $122 win. We're up $498. So now we'll be on first and third. Let's add our $15 bets and then add our $2 bets that don't include those double streets and spin. And it's fun to hit those $2 bets. There's only 2 of them, but when you do hit them, it's fantastic, and that's a 19 red. And that's a loss. If we lose again, we'll double up. And this has actually gone really smoothly so far. Let's see if that continues. And that's another loss, so we double up. Okay, we're still up $425. Remember, though, whenever you get up a lot like this, don't keep playing. Cash out and declare victory, just like those cash out shirts at theroulettemaster.com. And there's a $122 win. So we're up $547 now. We're going to be on second and third. And here we go. And let's spin. Just make sure those don't overlap. And you'll be all set with Chad's Moneytown Roulette System. We lost that one. Let's go ahead and rebet and spin. If we lose 2 in a row, we will double. Okay, that's a 17 black. And that's a $61 win. We did not lose 2 in a row. We accidentally spun there without a bet. But that's okay. We're doing fantastic with this. And okay, so now we're at $564. The last one that hit was 26. So we'll be on first and second. And then let's put our $15 double streets out there. And then 2 bets at $2 each. Actually, we don't want to do that 17. It just hit. Let's do the 16. Oops, put it in the wrong spot. There we go. And let's spin. All right, here we go. Okay, that's a 4 black. Hey, we hit one of our numbers, $2 bets, and now we're up $607. We'll be on second and third. And let's put our $5 bets out, then our $15 double streets. And we're all set with a $44 base level win, or bet anyway, not a win, but hopefully we get a win. That's a 15 black. That's a $61 win. We're already up $668. This is doing fantastic. And here we go. And then we need our $2 bets. Not like that. Oops, not like that either. There we go. And let's spin. All right, coming down the stretch here with Chad's Moneytown Roulette System doing really well. And that's a 29 black. Hey, we hit our $2 bet again. Now we're up $711. We'll be on first and second. So here we go. All right. And let's spin. The double streets can be anywhere as long as they don't include the $2 bet. And that's a 0. And when you're up a ton and you hit a 0, it's probably time to cash out. We're up $667. We're going to keep playing, but I would recommend when you're playing that you do not do that, that you cash out and declare victory. Again, you can get those cash out shirts at theroulettemaster.com. It helps remind you to cash out when things are going well and not to wait for things to go poorly. Let's go ahead and spin again here and see what we get. All right, that's a 17 black. That's a nice $61 win. We're up $699. And if you're a few dollars away from session profit when you get the win, just reset. It's not worth it to keep going just because of a couple dollars. So let's go ahead and add our $2 bets in now. And let's go with the 2 and the 32. Okay, let's go ahead and spin. And boy, this has been doing fantastic. And both systems today have done really well. And that's a 4 black. That's a loss, so we'll just rebet and spin. 2 in a row, whether it's partial or full, has you doubled the bet. That's a 19 red. Okay, we lost. That took us down to $626 profit. So we double up and spin. And here we go. Okay, that's a 27 red. How about that? $122 win. Now we're up $748, and that's your 15 minutes with Chad's Moneytown Roulette system. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this. Test it out for yourselves before you try it in the casino, just in case this was just a really good run with it. But it looks fantastic, and thank you guys for sending all these systems in. You guys are amazing, and send those to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. And hope you're really enjoying the channel, searching for the best roulette system possible each and every day. And if you are, please like, share, and subscribe. And let's keep growing this community of people that love roulette. This is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.